Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lauren Maloney. We are following a death investigation in Franklin County that involves a morning car chase. But first, we start with breaking news out of North Hero. More than 13 hours of deliberations later, the jury has still not reached a verdict in the assault trial of Franklin County Sheriff John Grismore. Moments ago, jurors voted to come back for a third day of deliberations Monday, as they both say they and the judge want to avoid declaring another mistrial. ABC 22's Matt Holderman continues following this case for us, and he joins us now live tonight in North Hero with more on what has been an all-day affair.
Yeah, Lauren, an all-day affair, absolutely. It has been a long day here at the Grand Isle County Courthouse for the jurors, for the attorneys, and for the family and friends of Sheriff Grismore who've come here to support him. But a lot of them are sharing admiration for the jurors and the fact that they want to keep going with this instead of calling it a mistrial just yet. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but first I want to remind you again, this is what the jurors have been deadlocked on for 2 days now in this video. They are trying to decide if Grismore was justified when he kicked a man in custody multiple times back in 2022 after the man refused to cooperate with Grismore's deputies. The state argues this was clearly assault and thinks Grismore should be charged with such, but Grismore's attorney says the detainee was putting everyone in the room in danger and the 2 deputies could not control him, forcing Grismore to step in and take action. It's that debate that's kept this jury at odds for more than 13 hours now, and some court officers who've been working around Vermont for a long time told me that there are very few jury trials they've seen that have gone on this long and had this much spirited debate. Judge Sam Hoare shared similar sentiments just an hour ago as he sent those jurors home for the weekend.
I have been communicating with my colleagues. It won't surprise you to learn that my jury's out this long. People talk. I don't have words for the respect that I have for you folks right now, for what you've done and what you continue to do. And I don't know how to thank you enough.
Now, to talk a bit more about what happened today, the debate on Grismore's actions might not be the only thing that's held up the jurors. The one other time we heard from them this afternoon, it was through a note that they sent to Judge Hoare informing him that one of the jurors, quote, doesn't want to go through with considered jury instructions, and because of this, no productive discussion is possible. Judge Hoare called them up into the courtroom after receiving that note and gave them a stern reminder that they have to follow the rules and that if they can't come to a decision based on the rules, this entire 4-day retrial will have been all for nothing.
The court would remind you that it is your obligation as jurors to follow the law as I give it to you. A failure to do so would be juror misconduct, which would result in a mistrial, meaning that all of our work together would be wasted, and the court would have to convene another jury to hear this case.
That said, Judge Hoare also encouraged the jurors to not let peer pressure sway their thinking. Rather, they should keep to the evidence and make their decisions based on that. And if they still can't come to a unanimous decision, it is what it is. Now, again, the jury is going to return here to the Grand Isle County Courthouse Monday morning at 8:30. And we're going to be right here for it to continue bringing updates on this case. We will see if Monday does finally end up being decision day or not. But for now, reporting live in North Hero, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.